It's the USL Super League regular season finale as Dallas Trinity host the Carolina Ascent. Chioma Ubogagu is a seasoned pro with plenty of experience of matches in the utmost importance. She'll be key to guide the Trinity through this match. Mia Corbin has been the dream number 10 for Carolina Ascent. Her creativity and flares put her in a great position to fight for the Golden Boot. It's a must-watch matchup, Trinity versus the Ascent. It's coming up next. The historic Cotton Bowl is the perfect destination for the inaugural season of the USL Super League to come to a close in nail-biting fashion. Dallas Trinity hosts the Carolina Ascent in a must-win matchup for the home side. And as we take a look at the standings, Carolina Ascent continue to fly at the top of the table, but all eyes on 3, 4, 5. Dallas Trinity FC need a win today for their season to continue. If they lose or draw, the curtains close all too soon. Jessica Charman alongside former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, and we talked about Carolina Ascent breaking records left, right and center. They have been fantastic on their way to claiming the Shield.
Well-deserved Shield winners. If you look at the stats, it's amazing. It's the most goals, it's the least conceded, it's the most clean sheets. They score on either end, they make saves when needed, and Mia Corbin just pops up there to tuck that one in the back of the net. They have everything going their way, do Carolina Ascent.
On the flip side, though, at the most important part of the season, Dallas Trinity have found themselves in a rough patch of form. They've lost 3 straight games coming into this one.
And yet they were close in all of those games, and this one here against DC Pirate was just 2 stunning goals from Loza Rivera that finished them off. And what about this one to concede right in that top corner from a tight angle, and Locklear punishing them here in the 1-0 defeat at Fort Lauderdale. They are so close to a win, Dallas Trinity.
And if Dallas Trinity's going to pick up 3 points today, they'll look to Ali Thornton for glory. She's tied first right now for the Golden Boot.
Deservedly so, and she has all the ability. She's got height, she can head the ball, she's got great touch and power as well. This is her moment. They need a win here today, and she could be the one to deliver it.
Ali Thornton took some time out of her prep to chat with us. I asked her, how's things feeling in the locker room?
Yeah, vibes are high. I think everyone's really excited to play. We're all doing well with the pressure. We know what's at stake here, and I feel confident everyone's going to show up. So yeah, we're feeling good. We're ready to go. Carolina
Ascent, an opponent you've seen 3 times. How do you feel about playing them?
Yeah, we feel good. I think, at this 4th time, you can really get a good understanding of what their team's going to bring and the players that they have. And so, yeah, we have a good game plan set, and I think as individual players, we're all ready to execute and do the job that needs to get done.
Well, we'll see if Ali Thornton can bring glory to Dallas Trinity today. It's a must-win game for Dallas Trinity. You don't want to miss it. Stick with us. Trinity Ascent is coming up next.
Gramp and I used to work on this together. I've never seen a man love something so much. And when I'm gone, I want you to have it. Seriously?
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. For as low as $199, you can quickly create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. 10 and 2, boss. Start your will at trustandwill.com and make it count.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Welcome back to the Cotton Bowl. Tonight's match is proudly sponsored by the American Heart Association, and Dallas Trinity FC would like to extend a big thank you to them for their support and for the life-saving work they do every day. The goal of the American Heart Association's Nation of Lifesavers initiative is to turn bystanders into lifesavers so that in the time of cardiac emergency, anyone is prepared to become a vital link in the chain of survival and provide CPR. For more information, visit heart.org. That's heart.org. Dallas Trinity facing Carolina Ascent. Let's take a look at Paulie McDonald's starting lineup. And as you can see, they have firepower in the top.
They certainly do, but two changes to the team that lost in Fort Lauderdale. Hannah Davison back. They need her in defense. Gracie Bryan starts away on international duty. Celie Storm and Deborah Abiodun. But to your point, who can supply Ali Thornton? Well, they've got the likes of Brooks, Bogagu, Lancaster. They've got some great suppliers. They've got a great finisher. They need to be on form today.
For Carolina Ascent, head coach Philip Poole told us it wasn't the time to rotate. They want a strong lineup to build chemistry. Just one change for his team.
Ellie Hutchinson comes in. Catherine Gonzalez out. It's a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 perhaps, but in attack, Mia Corbin, Audrey Harding, Ellie Hutchinson, 22 goals between them. That's nearly as much as some of the teams had this season.
And a key part of Carolina Ascent, of course, is Mia Corbin. She has been exceptional. Philip Poole told us she's the only person not talking about that golden boot race. She's a humble player. Her hard work plays off. Keep eyes on Carolina Ascent's number 9 today. In the battle for that golden boot race, who else but Ali Thornton? Things have set up very nicely for the season finale here as the two battle it out. Our referee for today's action, Jacqueline Metz, to get us started here from the Cotton Bowl. It's Carolina Ascent here against Dallas Trinity in a must-win matchup for the home side. And the scenes couldn't be any better. It's fan appreciation night at the Cotton Bowl. Paulie McDonald said the fact that things have lined up to play at home is pivotal for their success.
Certainly their home form has been fantastic.
Riley Parker, early, huge save. Madison White gets down sharp. And here comes the transitional moment. It's Thornton, end-to-end, early strike. And wow, less than a minute in, take a deep breath, strap on your seatbelts. It's going to be crazy in the season finale.
I think half the fans were still sitting down when this all happened. It's a good save, by the way, great strike. Good save by Maddie White, straight down the other end of the pitch. So it promises to be a hugely exciting match, but just going to make the point that the home form for Dallas is what could be so important here. Last 4 games at home, 3 wins and a draw, 11 goals for, just 2 against. They love playing at the Cotton Bowl, and Paulie McDonald said to us, after 3 games on the road, they are so happy to be back, and that could be what makes the difference here today.
Big slide tackle coming in. The target was Lancaster, wasn't able to get on the end of it. It was Jenna Butler with a vital tackle away. Headed back where it came from, tempo, sharp, early. Thornton wasn't on the same page as Lancaster ahead of her, but Paulie McDonald being encouraged by the way they've recovered from that early, important defensive play for Trinity.
Yeah, it'll be a very positive match. It'll all be about getting a result. And just to confirm once again, Dallas Trinity must win. A draw is not enough. So it's very clear, and sometimes that's good for players. You don't have to worry about other teams and goal averages. You have to win, Dallas Trinity, or you don't make the playoffs.
Here's Merrick trying to round the defense of Hinson. Hinson clears away, but straight down the middle into the danger zone. It's a worrying play there by Sierra Hinson. But here comes Thornton, toe poked away. Pauline McDonald. So we get a look at Pauline McDonald. She was in good spirits this week, was very positive, felt excited about the fact that her side still has so much to play for and was just full of gratitude for the fans that we can hear banging the drums, building the environment so nicely at the Cotton Bowl.
It's a wonderful vibe there at the Cotton Bowl, and she was also pleased with the way they played against Fort Lauderdale United. Even though they lost, they had chances. Tamara had two just in the first half. Celia Strom had a great chance second half. So she felt that on a different day they could have got a result and that her team have at least been playing well.
Here they are again, trying to carve out an attack. It's cleared away, but calmly composed out the back. It's a long ball forward. Sam Murphy will control with her ball at the boots. It's been a great battle between Meg McClelland and Sam Murphy for the #1 jersey for the Carolina Ascent, as that one wayward. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by UT Southwestern, the official healthcare partner for Dallas Trinity. And some big names on that injury report, including Lexi Missimo and Henriksen. And for Carolina Ascent, just the two names there. Murphy chipping it wide to Aguilera. Aguilera's touch a little too heavy. Dallas Trinity able to get it through Thornton. Thornton has options in the box, winds in the cross. Quick off of a line with Samantha Murphy, who bowls it out right away.
That's a good cross into the box. It asks questions of goalkeepers and defenders, and as you say, Sam Murphy, very positive, very quick to cut that ball out.
Trinity throwing it inside, cleared away, but yet again quickest to react to the ball, Julia Dorsey. Dorsey from distance! Murphy gets down.
Testing ball, it bounced just in front of the goalkeeper there, and she had to read the bounce off the ground. I'd like to see it again to see how much of a hand she got on this. Yeah, she's got a good solid low left hand to that ball. It's a decent effort, and that's the positive nature of what they have to do here today, Dallas Trinity. They have got to go flat out to get this win.
This corner kick is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. It's taken quickly. Ubogagu put in the cross, easily cleared away. Not the corner that the Trinity were looking to whip up. Over the top, Bolt will chase. Here comes Tamara Bolt. Tamara spanning the cross, cleared away for another corner kick. And this corner is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
I just think Tamara could be the key player for Dallas Trinity here today. She was so good against Fort Lauderdale United in creating chances, just didn't take them. But a very positive player, and one who I think is going to give Carolina Ascent a whole bunch of problems here today.
Pauline McDonough was very complimentary of her. Mentioned that she's still young, to give her some grace as she adjusts to the pro game. Corner is taken short again, Lancaster. Back to Ubogagu. Ubogagu trying to round the defender. It's cleared away. Defensive effort by Hutchinson. Cameron Lancaster was awaiting options, and instead she'll leave it for her teammate to come up to throw this one in. And she'll get it back. Lancaster trying to spin around Corbin, lays it further forward. Cross is blocked off of the boots of Corbin, out for another corner. And the corner kick is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
It's good early pressure from the home side with these set pieces and just testing the defense and Sam Murphy.
Jenna Walker stood over the delivery. Walker towards the front post, back headed in. Was Bryan the closest to it? Not a bad service at all by Walker. The thumb comes up from Gracie Bryan. Get another look at that service in.
She does well to get the header here, and she goes to sort of put it back into the mix, and the defenders are able to clear it.
Throwing his launch forward, headed up in the air, still alive. As Carolina Ascent eventually volley it clear. Davison. Gets it back now, Hannah Davison. The former Rangers player sends this ball long. And Tamara will knock it back. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
Just looking at this match from a Carolina Ascent point of view, Philip Paul saying to us he's enjoying the fact these are all tough matches. The last one against Brooklyn, and they had to win it to be in the playoffs, and it was a draw, so they haven't been easy matches. Tampa Bay Sun before that, and Fort Lauderdale United, and then on top of all those tough matches now to come here to the Cotton Bowl at a time when Dallas Trinity have to get a win. So Philip Paul feels that this is the perfect sort of preparation for getting into playoff matches that he knows are going to be tough.
And they've certainly played spoiler, as you mentioned. Brooklyn FC unable to get that victory they needed. Harding with some good work down that left-hand flank. Dorsey goes to ground with the slide tackle. Philip Paul gives the hand a round of applause as Audrey Harding, a player that he discussed with us and said it's easy to forget with her statistics that she missed a good chunk of the season. He feels like the sky is the limit for Harding. Corbin took some contact from Brooks. No call there from our referee, Jacqueline Metz. And Brooks, an experienced player. Pauline McDonald spoke highly about how important she's going to be on the pitch, but also in the locker room in a match of this importance.
34 years of age, a ton of experience behind her at USA national level, Bayern Munich, and Seattle and Houston and Washington. So yeah, that's the sort of player you need just to calm things down. But I think being at home in front of their fans at the Cotton Bowl, it's just where Dallas Trinity want to be. The only problem is they're playing the Shield winners, the champions of this season, the team with all the best stats, the hardest team in the league to beat.
Here's Thornton. Thornton trying to cut through the defender. It's well dealt with. And the free kick called in the end against Thornton. Jenna Butler does really well there to draw the contact against Ali Thornton.
Just to finish that point, you could pick any team to play at home to get through. Carolina Ascent's probably the last team you want to play, because even if you play well, they are such a good outfit, you might not get the win you want. But I just feel the momentum's in Dallas Trinity's favor, and it's one of those, as a player, you have to win it. So you just throw everything at the opposition, hope you find a way through. And I know the Dallas Trinity fans watching will be keeping fingers crossed for their side tonight. For Carolina Ascent, doesn't really make any difference the result. They've qualified in top spot. They will be playing at home in the playoffs, as long as they're in the playoffs. So nothing really on the line here for them. Everything on the line for Dallas Trinity.
We asked Pauline McDonald about controlling her own destiny. She said it definitely helps. And it's a rare situation to really be able to control your own destiny. As here's Dorsey. Resets the play. Walker. Wide to Davison. And Davison all the way back to Madison White in goal. Good phase of possession for Trinity. So they enjoy some of the ball. Over to Walker. Jenna Walker taking her real estate. Pushes forward to Hinson. Hinson, long ball over the top, too much on it. Murphy made that look a lot harder than it was.
Not only harder, but also very risky there. For a moment, I thought it'd come off her body and into the net. She just recovers and gets hold of the ball. It's a very risky play as a keeper. Gets away with it, though.
Sam Murphy, the former UNC standout, has had 5 clean sheets in her 10 games played as the foul is called against Porter. Taylor Porter has plenty to say to Jacqueline Metz about the free kick that's been awarded. Won't matter. Trinity will have a set piece. Let's take a look. Doesn't really have a leg to stand on.
I don't think she got the ball. That's probably why the referee's blown up for the free kick. She's probably arguing that she got position. Neither did her opponent get the ball. She just got position in front of her. But anyway, referee makes a split moment decision, and you've got to live with it. Now let's see what Dallas Trinity can do.
And they've got to live with it with Chioma Ubogagu stood on the ball. One of the best set-piece strikers in USL Super League. Ubogagu just doesn't find the service that a player of her caliber consistently does.
important now for Dallas to keep this early momentum. They've been really, really positive. They've put Carolina Ascent under proper pressure. Now they've got to try and keep it going. Don't let the energy levels drop.
Has been interesting, this matchup. 1-1-1 across all time between the two. Audrey Harding. Harding driving forwards. Harding has bodies in the box, puts in a cross. Madison White had to get there quickly. Ellie Hutchinson was sliding in looking for a touch.
Such a dangerous front three, Audrey Harding. Remember those 2 goals against Fort Lauderdale United? 2 absolute bangers. Ellie Hutchinson scoring for fun, and of course, put that alongside Mia Corbin. It's a worrying time there for Maddie White in goals.
Madison White has been one of the most consistent goalkeepers in the league. That'll give her Trinity side a lot of confidence. Aguilera tried to shield that one out of play. Ali Thornton made it more difficult for her. And Gary, you can feel the momentum in favor of the home side, but as you've mentioned, they've got to utilize that momentum to change the score sheet.
If they can. I mean, that is absolutely the objective now while they're in the ascendancy, try and get that goal. When they're trying to do it, they just haven't really created proper chances yet. There's been some crosses into the box, but they really want to test Sam Murphy. It's that one shot that she tipped around the post with her left hand.
It was a long shot from distance from Dorsey, the defender. Here's Tamara. Tamara chips the ball to the opposite flank. Ubogagu can't keep it in. Dallas Trinity FC fans want the inside scoop? Sign up for our newsletter to receive the latest news, merchandise promotions, and exclusive updates. Scan the QR code now to join. It's just great seeing that packed Cotton Bowl stand. It's been a fantastic place to play the beautiful game, and the fans and the Dallas community have certainly bought in fully to USL Super League and Trinity FC. Paulie McDonough told us they really are the 12th player, and they're going to need every single one of them for today's must-win matchup. Sierra Hinson, former Texas University standout. As they earn another throw-in. Lancaster will leave it for Hinson. Hinson, a former A-League players player during her time in Australia. Loops the throw-in forward, Thornton controls, and they're just gradually building up that left-hand flank. Free kick given. Physicality certainly being involved in this game. It was Tricoli with the foul. Dallas Trinity looking to take it quickly. Tamara driving down. Tamara, early cross. It's not a bad look at all. It's flashed away out for a corner. This corner is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
Yeah, we spoke about Tamara and how she could be the match winner for Dallas. She's got that pace and power and strength. She had 2 players trying to mark her out the game there. They double teamed her. She still got past them, whipped the ball in. Certainly the player, if I was on Dallas Trinity's side, I'd be trying to get the ball to her as often as possible.
Tamara just 22 years of age. Lancaster towards the back post. That's better goalkeeping. Calmly done by Murphy to come grab towards her back post.
It is good goalkeeping. It's confident. It just takes all the pressure off the defense, and then they give the ball away and put the pressure back on.
Ubogagu still has possession. A cross blocked away a little too easily. Carolina Ascent with another wayward giveaway. Hinson got it forward towards Ubogagu, and Murphy will just try and clear her lines now. Carolina Ascent certainly facing some adversity. Dallas Trinity just looking like they want those loose balls more at the moment.
But it's adversity that they're quite happy facing from Philip Poole's point of view. It's what they're going to expect to face when they get into the playoffs. If you look at their track record, unbeaten in 8, that's even after they knew they were in the playoffs. 6 of those are wins. The last 2 were draws when they'd already won the Shield and finished top. Out of the last 8 games, 6 of them have been clean sheets. I mean, this is an absolute machine, Carolina Ascent. And even here, under real pressure, they seem fairly calm and capable of controlling the game.
Aguilera is looking for Harding. Aguilera will opt inside instead to Tricoli. Tricoli under the pressure of Lancaster. Corbin. And there's just such a desire from Dallas Trinity as they draw yet another free kick. Harding, too much contact on Lancaster. It's so clear from this Dallas side that it's a must-win game. They've got their heads screwed on and they're giving it everything.
They have to. They're professionals. This is it. This is all down to this one game. If you'd have said to them at the start of the season, you only have to win your last game to make the playoffs, they could very well have said, we'll take it.
Pauline McDonald did tell us that she said, I would probably have taken it.
You know, at home in front of your own fans, you've got to win the final game and you're in the playoffs. Given all the things that can go wrong in a season, it's a brilliant position to be in. I mean, it can be better. You could have qualified already, of course, but you don't know these things at the start of a season.
Here's the current standings. Dallas, a draw would not be enough. They need a victory, and a victory guarantees them a spot to play in the playoffs. They would finish either 3rd or 4th, depending on the result of the Spokane-Fort Lauderdale United game that follows us at 9 p.m.
And just to explain that the reason why they wouldn't make it if they drew is they don't have the head-to-head with either Spokane or Fort Lauderdale. So if either of those teams lost and ended up level on points, it still wouldn't be enough for Dallas Trinity.
Bryan with a nice ball forward to Tamara. She keeps it in. Tamara hangs up the cross. It's headed down! It had to be her! Ali Thornton! The Trinity hero! Dallas take the lead!
Absolutely brilliant. This is what they've been working for 20 minutes, and it comes from Tamara down that right-hand side. Does well here because she's got a bit of time so she can pick out the cross, and Ali Thornton not only gets up high above everybody else, but can angle the ball into that far corner to tuck it away. Brilliantly crafted goal. They're one up. Everyone's joining in the celebrations here, but there's still a long way to go yet before they have those 3 points in the bag.
Ali Thornton told us in our pre-game interview that the vibes were great. Well, the vibes just got even better at the Cotton Bowl. What a moment for Ali Thornton, who has just been so consistent for this Trinity side all season long.
You can't get too carried away though if you're Dallas Trinity. Lots of work to be done. You want to get a second, you can't leave it the scoreline like it is right to the end, because you run that risk of a late Carolina Ascent goal knocking you out of the playoffs. So for Pauline McDonald, she'll want a second, even a third, and say, let's just wrap this thing up while we can.
They will certainly be desiring a cushion to make things a little bit more comfortable against a Carolina Ascent side that has scored more goals than any team in this league. You can't leave the game down to fine margins. It's a well-deserved lead, though. You can't say that Dallas Trinity don't deserve it. They have been dominant. Merrick tried to find the overlapping Parker. It's blocked away. Headed back where it came from, over the top for Riley Parker. Parker, the Texas native. Riley Parker dancing with the ball. Beautifully done. Knocks it back to Merrick. Merrick trying to get to the byline. Has to reset. Tricoli into Parker. And it's good patient defending with Dallas. Everybody back behind the ball. Aguilera. Harding was the target. Maybe cleared away, blocked off at the back of Harding. Davison just sends it clear. Carolina Ascent looking to find a way back into this game. They did have an amazing effort within 30 seconds of the match as they earn a free kick here. Brooks late with the foul. And Brooks will see a yellow card caution. Jacqueline Metz puts Amber Brooks into her book, and that's a huge decision for a player like Amber Brooks that throws her body around a lot and likes some physicality on the pitch.
It does limit her, and I didn't see much contact there, to be honest. I think she's a little bit unlucky to pick up the yellow card. And it's things like that that can change an entire match. A second yellow card, Dallas down to 10 players and missing Amber Brooks, and the whole season could hang on that. So still lots of twists and turns potentially to come in this match before Dallas have the points they need to enter the playoffs.
Amber Brooks has played every minute of the season. She has been so consistent, and at 34 years of age, not a bad set of numbers. Knows the North Carolina area very well. Amber Brooks, a 2-time national champ with the Tar Heels. So we'll see how Amber Brooks, the veteran, adjusts to being on that yellow card for such a substantial time. Harding. Wider to Parker. Tricoli. Is Studer. Porter. And wide to Aguilera. And Aguilera's pass just not giving Mia Corbin much to think about.
And again, just looking at it from Dallas Trinity's point of view, they've left a lot of points on the table. Pauline McDonald was telling us the last 3 or 4 games in which they could have got more. They can't afford to do that here today, as we see that effort wide. For example, against Fort Lauderdale United, we mentioned Tamara had 2 chances first half. Celie Strom, a great chance second half. And then in other matches, they were 2 up against DC Power, lost to a 95th minute goal, as we see the goal scorer there, Ali Thornton.
And with that goal, Ali Thornton has pushed herself into top position in the Golden Boot race. That was lucky number 13 for Ali Thornton. Interestingly enough, though, Mia Corbin involved in that race, playing in this matchup. Wouldn't bet against a Mia Corbin opportunity in this matchup.
I mean, normally 2 players on opposing sides fighting for the Golden Boot would get huge attention. Oh, trouble!
There's an issue for White. Got caught in a little bit of no man's land, fell favorably. White and Davison, just with a slight miscommunication. Davison back into the lineup today.
Wow, that was nearly a horrendous moment there between defender and keeper. If that had a squirm free, Mia Corbin was there, just about a pounce, and it just took enough sort of power off the ball that it died at her feet there, Maddie White. But, oh, one of those heart-in-the-mouth moments for Dallas Trinity fans.
Both goalkeepers have had a moment where 2 goalkeepers in the booth have maybe taken a bit of a sigh, Gary.
Yeah, both of them could have had horrible moments. But just going back to the fact that you got the 2 Golden Boot joint leaders on opposing sides in a match, it normally would be headline, but because of the fact that Dallas Trinity have to win to qualify, that's taken up all the bandwidth and attention. You've even got the assist, the best assist numbers. You've got 1 on each side here today in terms of the best goalkeepers. Maddie White's in the battle with McClelland for that, who's not on the pitch, as it happens. Megan McClelland. So in terms of assists, goals and goalkeeper.
Here's Corbin. Corbin over the crossbar. Mia Corbin might not be talking about the Golden Boot race, but she certainly knows she wants to find the back of the net.
She's such a dangerous player here. Gets power on that, just a little bit too much height. Just to finish that thought, the assist race between Jill Aguilera, Carolina Ascent with 7, and Abogagu, Dallas Trinity with 6. So there's all sorts of individual battles going on, but the overall battle of Dallas having to get the win is the one that seems to be the main focus of attention.
And right now they're in prime position. The 20th minute goal by number 20, Ali Thornton, has Dallas Trinity above the playoff line. Still a lot of soccer left to be played. Aguilera, big switch across. Parker the target, good first touch by the Dallas girl. Parker for Carolina Ascent. Drops it back to Merrick. Inside to Porter and further towards Aguilera. Aguilera looked like she was shaping up. Winds inside, Harding. First touch doesn't stick. Smartly done by Tamara. And that's an area of growth in Tamara's game since arriving on loan from the Washington Spirit. Her defensive duties are matching her attacking flair.
Yeah, she does well defensively. She's got a great physique and power. I think the only criticism really coming from Pauline MacDonald of Tamara is maybe sort of taking more chances, as we saw against Fort Lauderdale United in the last match. 2 great chances, especially the second one. But 3 yards out, square ball from a Bogagu. It seemed like a simple tap in and she missed it. But you've still got to credit her for being in the right place at the right time. So she's doing so much that is good. It's just those final touches in being clinical that she's missing at the moment.
Dorsey getting ready to throw this one back into play. Julia Dorsey, another North Carolina product. Played lacrosse and soccer at North Carolina. A national champion with the Tar Heels in lacrosse. Now she's a pro soccer player. That's an athlete. As Dorsey throws it down towards Thornton. Thornton claiming there was a deflection. And there was a deflection which will set up a corner kick presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
More pressure and more opportunity for Dallas to get that second. You're not going to care how it comes. You just want to get balls into the box. Ellie Thornton putting on pressure. Now she's going to try and get on the end of this ball into the box.
It's a Bogagu. A Bogagu hung deep, headed down. Just looked like Davison and Brooks got in each other's way. Murphy bowls it out right away. It's Riley Parker. Has the run of Corbin ahead. Parker down for Corbin, and she wasn't able to get on the end of it. Madison White with a nice little slide to come to grab.
Just picking up on the stats, 1/3 into this game, expected goals 0.5 for Dallas, so they have 1, which is a good return on 0.5. For Carolina Ascent, just 0.1. So it just shows they haven't really been in the game, which is credit to Dallas Trinity. But at 1-0, they're always got a chance of getting back into this game.
Murphy, risky play, is able to switch the field. That's midfield distribution by the goalkeeper. Hutchinson bearing down on Davison. Davison recovers. And White just clears that one into the stands.
I think Sam Murphy is giving Philip Poole a few heart attacks there with her control of the ball around the box. She gets away with it, but only just in time, though.
They say in the modern game, goalkeepers have to have great footwork. That one, again, heart and mouth moment.
It's risk and reward, but you don't want to take too much of a risk. Maybe a striker just gets a toe poke on it and they're just able to lunge in front of the keeper and deflect it back into the net. You don't want to take those sort of risks unnecessarily.
Merrick's cross. Harding chests it down. Harding over the crossbar. Ascent starting to look more dangerous. Audrey Harding with some beautiful setup just sends it skyward.
That's fantastic control. Look at that chest sit, thigh, and then on the half volley. That's brilliant control in a very, very tight environment there. If she could have just kept it down, could very well have given Maddie White all sorts of problems.
Audrey Harding, 5 goals, 5 assists on the season. Philip Poole said she's a fantastic player. They're delighted to have her, and it's easy to forget how much adversity she faced as the ball forward. Tamara offside. But Audrey Harding missed a chunk of games right in the middle of the season with an injury. To be able to find her form, he praises that work ethic and mentality of his player.
And again, I'll remind you of the 2 goals, 2 bangers she scored against the Fort Lauderdale United. Absolutely brilliant in a recent match. Stunning game and fantastic finish.
Gear up, Dallas Trinity FC fans. Show your team spirit with exclusive merchandise. Customizable jerseys are available now. Scan the QR code now to shop the latest collection and support the team in style. I did see they're selling match-worn jerseys right now on social media for Dallas Trinity as well. So if you're a big Ali Thornton fan, I'd be wanting a game-worn jersey of hers. Riley Parker cuts through one, Corbin the target. Vital slide tackle by Hannah Davison. She had to get that touch. It sets up a corner kick, present cornerstone.
Davison's outstretched leg. And I thought for a moment she might also go to ground there. There was a bit of body contact. But Riley Parker, brilliant down the right-hand side there for Carolina Ascent.
We'll set up a corner kick. Jill Aguilera stands over it. Aguilera served this one in, it's headed. It was Sydney Studer making a run at it. Just couldn't redirect it on frame.
It just shows you the dangers of Carolina Ascent and why a 1-0 scoreline is, it might be enough, but it's going to be one of those biting nails situations for all fans and coaching staff of Dallas Trinity, because you know in an instant Carolina Ascent can get the equalizer that would knock Dallas Trinity out of the playoffs.
Launch ball forward, flicked on by Brooks. Lancaster chases. Sydney Studer tries to clear her lines. Cam Lancaster. Tamara just waited too long. But every second ball seems to find a way to a Dallas Trinity jersey.
Maybe this is their day. It's got it written on the day and at the Cotton Bowl and all these fans here. But again, you cannot write off Carolina Ascent. And they've shown it in their last 3-4 games when they haven't had to win. They've come up against teams desperate for results and they've still been able to get them. But with that crowd behind them, I don't see how they can stop Dallas Trinity today.
It's just amazing. The 12th player, Dallas Trinity. Fan appreciation night. Boots bobblehead giveaway. What a collector's item that is. Boots, the well-loved mascot of this side. Well, there is other USL Super League action taking place right now. I'm not saying turnover, but Lexington 3, DC 3. Still 14 minutes left in that one. It was a battle of the two lowest teams in the Super League. They've certainly put on a show for their final USL Super League minutes of the inaugural campaign. Included in those goals, Parsons and Madison Perez. It's the Madison show for Lexington. Big foul came in. Sydney Studer penalized. Jacqueline Metz blows the whistle. Sydney Studer not making many friends in Dallas.
She's saying that she went shoulder to shoulder, but I don't think she did. I think it was shoulder into the back as she was going for the ball. Dallas Trinity just turned enough.
This will talk. As will Pauline McDonald with our fourth official, Mohamed Kalia.
I don't know if they're asking for a yellow card as well.
If you think back to the card that was shown to Brooks, maybe looking for some equal treatment with how quickly Metz went to the pocket.
I think that's a very fair comment. And that's what coaches want from a referee. They don't mind where you set the standard, as long as you have consistency.
Well, the Cotton Ball fan base certainly letting themselves be heard. Dorsey over the head of Tamara. Just like we've got the backs of Dallas Trinity FC, Trust and Will also has yours, helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Hinson, Ubogagu, and Ubogagu's offside. Chioma Ubogagu has been quite quiet by her high standards so far today.
She has been a bit for someone who's scored 4 and had 5 assists. And looking at previous matches, she's normally on the wide areas, whipping in crosses and running at players. But we'll still see more of her, I think, in the second half when she gets going. It's more Tamara that seems to be the biggest threat. In fact, she has 6 assists, not 5. It just shows you what a good player she is.
Great footwork by Riley Parker. Parker tried to square it to Corbin, top of the box. It's volleyed away, clear. Murphy with a nosebleed run forward from the goalkeeper. Plays it well to Merrick. Jenna Butler. Phil Paul did tell us that Sam Murphy's feet are a big reason why she's seeing valuable game time right now. You can see she loves to offer some distribution from the back as this long ball over the top will fall to the opposite goalkeeper, Madison White.
That's a nice problem to have. You've got Sam Murphy in goals, you've got Megan McClelland, who's top of the goals against average for goalkeepers, so she's been the hardest goalkeeper to beat this season. And it's a lovely choice to be able to pick between 2 very good goalkeepers.
Meg McClelland, the starting goalkeeper for a long period of time for the Ascent, has been beaten out in the last 11 games as an injury. Tamara went down to ground.
Don't want to lose Tamara. It's good to see her get up. I'm sure the Dallas Trinity fans were more than worried when she hit the ground, but she gets up, seems to be fine.
We do see Tamara, the 22-year-old Brazilian.
It was her ball in, her assist, the goal from Addie Thornton. What a good cross it was. It wasn't just a hit and hope. She stopped, lifted her head, picked out exactly where Thornton was and put the perfect ball in.
Here's a close look at Tamara. It will be Chioma Ubogagu to take this dead ball. Ubogagu whips this one in. Brooks heads it forwards. Was a beautiful delivery in. Amber Brooks not too far away from doubling the lead.
I'd like to see it again. It looked like she got there almost too early, Amber Brooks. She sort of had to stop and then didn't make good contact with her head. It's a good opportunity, beautiful ball in. Sort of opportunity you hope she doesn't look back at the end of the game. It's a 1-1 draw or something and think I should have buried that one.
Aggressive goalkeeping from White, quick off her line to sweep away any danger. It's been a good first half from the home side, a solid 41 minutes, but they don't need 41. Paulie McDonald says they need 90 plus.
Yep. It's all about the result this match.
Merrick puts it in. Hutchinson was the target, cleared away ahead of her. Here's Porter. Spinning was Corbin, trying to find Parker. Sierra Hinson, available to knock that one far away. Ubogagu. Long clearance by Walker. Taken down tidily by Ali Thornton. Thornton has the goal that right now has booked Dallas a ticket for their season to continue in the playoffs. They'll face either Tampa Bay Sun or Carolina Ascent if this result stands. Brooks, a lovely dink forward for Tamara. Her first touch keeps it in play. Tamara, defended by Jill Aguilera, slots it forwards for Dorsey. The cross is blocked. Still alive, Tamara resets. Amber Brooks curls it in. Murphy with a full stretch save.
Good hands by Sam Murphy. When that ball came in, I was just worried for a moment she might drop that because she was at full stretch, but she holds on to it, and there was a player just ready to tap it into the back of the empty net from Dallas Trinity. Sam Murphy, good pair of hands.
Here is Murphy. She'll be disappointed to have been beaten. It was a bullet of a header in the 20th minute from Ali Thornton. Tricoli, Hutchinson, Brooks with the tackle. And Brian tried to find Lancaster, couldn't do so. Jill Aguilera into Harding, who's drifted inside. Corbin back to Harding, and inside for Tricoli. Good possession for Carolina Ascent, but then a poor giveaway. Brooks with the read. Lancaster tried to thread through Thornton. Last-ditch tackle by Porter to prevent Ali Thornton with a free run forwards. Beautiful from Corbin. A nice give and go. Corbin, what a ball. Just over hit it. Parker the target. But Corbin having to drop considerably deeper to get involved with the link up. A miscue. Parker capitalizes. Parker cuts through the defender, crosses it in. Harding flashes the header wide.
That's a really good chance there for Carolina Ascent. Again, Riley Parker on the right-hand side doing some great work. Beautiful ball put in there. And Harding comes along. There's a couple of bodies in front of her that just put her off there at contact. Defender jumping at her there, Julia Dorsey. But still, she's got to try and find the right direction. If she does, there's a great chance of the equalizer. Another little warning for Dallas Trinity that this match is a long way from over.
1 minute of additional time till the sides can regroup. As Ubogagu driving forwards, looking to take on Studer. Ubogagu into the box, cutting round Studer. Ubogagu with the nutmeg. Ubogagu squares it. Nobody there on the edge of the 6. Brooks switches the point of attack. Thornton just doesn't have the legs to get there.
Good skills again from Ubogagu. Little nutmeg coming up just there. She tries to find someone. They've had chances, but they just haven't been able to add to that one goal.
It's the one goal from Ali Thornton that sees Philip Poolside trailing. Ali Thornton, it was written in the stars. The current Golden Boot leader has her Dallas Trinity side sitting in the live table above the playoff line. It's 45 minutes played, but still a lot of soccer left to be had of this Dallas Trinity team. And in their way, of course, Carolina Ascent, the Players' Shield victory in their hands already. We are going to be joined by that goal scorer in just a moment, Ali Thornton. And what a goal it was from Ali Thornton, Gary.
It was very well taken and beautiful header, but tomorrow's cross was picked out. It was brilliantly created down the right-hand side of that pitch, and I'm sure if Ali gets more service like that, she can probably add a second or a third.
Well, we are now joined by Ali Thornton. Ali, congratulations. What did you see on that cross coming in?
No, I mean, it was a perfect ball. You know, Tamara was in a great position. We had plenty of runners in the box to occupy different spaces, and I saw the space at back post, and Tamara saw it too, and she sent in a great ball.
And Ali, do you need more service coming from the left-hand side as well? Obviously, you want to put this game to bed. Are you looking for more coming from the width on the left?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take everything for the next 45 minutes to get these 3 points. So that means attacking from the right, attacking from the left, and just using every tool in our toolbox.
Well, congratulations, Ali, on the first 45. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That was Ali Thornton. It's her goal that sent boots into mayhem. Dallas Trinity have the lead, 1-0 over Carolina Ascent, but there's a big 45 minutes left to be played. We've got halftime action coming up next. Stick with us here. You're watching USL Super League on Peacock.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
What launches this ball? And finds the winner. Oh, what a play! It's a bending effort.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gamebridge, graded assists for your savings.
You're their favorite aunt.
So we decided if anything happened to us,
We want you to take the kids. Oh, you guys.
Doesn't count. This is giving me the fuzzies. But what you need is a will. Trust and will makes it easy. For as low as $199, you can quickly create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. What's cooking?
Twins.
Twins. Start your will at trustandwill.com.
This is UT Southwestern Medical Center, and this is where a spark happens. This is the teamwork that fuels it, the mentors who shape it. And this is where it comes together, with this care team connecting the dots, all leading up to this moment right here at UT Southwestern, where discoveries change lives. And this spark is just the beginning. Follow your spark at UT Southwestern, the future of medicine today.
Well, the 12th player advantage has certainly shown from the Cotton Bowl. Dallas Trinity FC have the 1-0 lead over Carolina Ascent. They're 45 minutes away from a ticket to the playoffs. Let's take a look at the schedule. Plenty of action taking place. 3-3 DC Power and Lexington. What a game that was. And then coming up after us, it's Fort Lauderdale United taking on Spokane Zephyr. If Dallas Trinity wins, that game means everything. Let's take a peek at the news and notes coming up. We have got plenty of action, including the fact that Carolina Ascent and Tampa Bay Sun have booked their ticket into the hosting roles of the semifinals.
Yeah, they've done so well. Fantastic season for them both. And again, credit to Carolina Ascent that they're still so competitive even when they've already wrapped up the league title in a #1 spot.
Sporting Jacks are going to be the new kids on the block next season. They're making great signings. And then international duty, 14 players to represent at the highest level. Every Wednesday, listen to USL Super League Game Week, a deep dive into all things Super League with host Marion Crowder and Anna Whitty. Follow along all season long on the Sirius XM app.
And a decision day. We are joined by Tampa Bay's captain, Jordan Listro. She talks about why she's so excited to be with the Sun this season, her unique relationship with her head coach, Denise Schulte-Brown, and why she can't wait for the playoffs in Tampa Bay.
Well, at Dallas Trinity FC, being a season... It's halftime. Dallas Trinity FC 1-0 up over Carolina Ascent. And at Dallas Trinity FC, being a season ticket member means more than great seats on match day. It's about being part of the club at every level. Head to DallasTrinityFC.com to lock in your place for the 2026 and be a part of events like this.
It's our goal to end the season, number one. You all are helping that, right?
We've spent a lot of time really trying to invest in the culture that we want here. We really want to play an exciting and entertaining game of soccer that embraces you, the fans. Really excited to see what the future holds for the group of players. I truly believe that we have the most talented group within the USL, and I'd just like to thank you all for your continued support because we love being here.
Welcome back to the Cotton Bowl. Dallas Trinity 50% of the way there. They lead Carolina Ascent by a goal-0. Jessica Charm and Gary Bailey. Let's take a look at our highlights. And goodness gracious, Carolina Ascent started things brightly in this game. Within 30 seconds, they had a golden chance.
It did. Riley Parker here is going to force a save out of Maddie White. We barely sat down. The crowd was still sort of finding their seats when this happened. Maddie White with a really decent save early on there.
And the game keeps on growing, exciting moments. This was a great strike from the defender, Julia Dorsey.
Yeah, Sam Murphy just getting down there with her left hand and making a decent save. Long way out from Julia Dorsey. Really great strike, and then came the goal.
And it was always going to be Ali Thornton. Tamara, this service, brilliant.
Yeah, spot on service. Takes her time, Tamara. Make sure the cross is good, but Ali Thornton does the rest. Gets up high. She's not actually marked. She's got free of her mark and heads it right into the corner.
And those celebrations are good, but who can imagine the celebrations in this fan base if they pick up the victory? The second half is just around the corner. Stick with us here. The final day of the regular season in the inaugural USL Super League campaign is here. Dallas Trinity FC 1-0 leaders over Carolina Ascent. Coming into this one, a must-win matchup for Dallas Trinity. They're halfway there. It's that lady, Ali Thornton, that picked up her 13th goal of the season to have Trinity 1-0 up. Jessica Charman alongside former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. So happy you're joining us here from the Cotton Bowl. And this one is about to heat up. 45 minutes remaining. Dallas Trinity desperate for their season to continue in the inaugural Super League playoffs. It is Trinity in the maroon from right to left. Carolina Ascent in those sunrise jerseys from left to right. As Cameron Lancaster stood over the ball as cries of Dallas gets it done echo around the Cotton Bowl. Will they get it done? In 45 minutes, we will know. As the long ball over the top, Jessica Charm and Gary Bailey happy to be here with you. Tamara got the assist on that Ali Thornton goal. This time she's guilty of a foul. Took down Jill Aguilera in the process. And Gary, 45 minutes left. The locker room for Pauline McDonald would have been intense.
Oh, very, very intense. I would think way more intense than Carolina Ascent. For Liverpool, it's about, you know, let's try and get back in the match. Let's try and get something out of this game. Let's make sure we're in the right groove going into the playoffs. It'd be important, of course. But for Dallas Trinity, this is everything. It's a case of not just holding on to this 1-0, but trying to extend it, make it a second goal and try and get a little bit of padding. Because as we've said a few times, Carolina Ascent can score in just a blink of an eye, and that would be Dallas Trinity out of the playoffs if they were to draw.
It's that cushion that Trinity is searching for as the ball inside finds Corbin. Wide to Parker. She's been brilliant in this matchup. Riley Parker, the Dallas native, early cross, cleared away. It'll go out for a corner kick off of the boots of Walker. And this corner kick is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Big moments for that defensive unit. Madison White organizing her back line. It'll be Jill Aguilera getting ready to swing in this delivery. Aguilera curls in the corner, headed away. Over the head of Bryan. Kept alive through Porter. Harding. Trying to get round the defender. Harding crosses it in, headed away. And reset again. Hutchinson drives it. Goes wide of the mark.
There was good communication going on there amongst the Dallas Trinity defenders. You could hear the shouts, the fingers pointing. They're all pumped up. They're trying to make sure they don't make any mistakes, don't let Carolina Ascent get back on level terms.
Let's take a look at the standings. Dallas would go as high as third in the table with this victory. Ali Thornton's goal, the reason behind that shift in the standings. Still a lot of soccer left to be played. The stakes are higher than ever. Cam Lancaster, great move. Cam Lancaster toe pokes it forward. Ubogagu has just been caught offside. Ubogagu has had a couple of those runs now where she just hasn't quite timed her run correctly.
Yeah, but she's threatening. We said first half she'll probably come into the match at some stage. Maybe a chat by Pauline McDonald to say, we need you to be breaking that line, getting behind the back four. And she's shown her intentions very early on in the second half.
Chioma Ubogagu, the 32-year-old, former Stanford player, been capped for the English national team. There is kickoff in the Fort Lauderdale United Spokane Zephyr game. We'll keep you posted on those score lines as well. That game 5 minutes into action, 0-0 as things stand. A reminder that Trinity key to the playoff picture.
Just looking back at some of the stats from the first half that might be interesting. Touches in the opposition box, 8 for Dallas, 14 for Carolina Ascent. Shows you that they have been dangerous, Riley Parker in particular, and getting into that box. However, in terms of shots on target, 2 for the home side, 1 for the visitors. And expected goals, 0.48 versus 0.22. So twice as good for Dallas. But it just shows you that that Carolina Ascent are right in this match and can, in a moment, in an instant, get themselves back on level terms.
They were trying to release Riley Parker. Does feel like Parker, the former Tampa Bay Sun player, will have a key part in this matchup if Carolina Ascent are able to get back into it. It's her chemistry with Addison Merrick that has been very dangerous on the right side of the pitch. It's an overhit pass. Hinson couldn't get there. Merrick will throw this one down the channel to Riley Parker. Parker resets. Here's Porter. That's all the way into the back line for Jenna Butler. Taylor Porter into Parker, to Merrick. Merrick's cross blocked away, out for a corner kick. Bryan has stayed down. Like an uncomfortable one for Gracie Bryan. We'll get another look here.
The ball hitting her right in the stomach and knocking all the wind out of her. I'm sure you've had those when you were playing, but you're gasping for air and your body doesn't seem to be responding. It's a horrible feeling.
Definitely not pleasant for Gracie Bryan. That cross was hit with plenty of power. Good to see her getting helped to her feet now by Cam Lancaster.
Pauline McDonald does have options on the bench if there are any injuries, and of course she will bring on fresh legs at some stage, but I think she'll be quite happy with the lineup she's got. Missing the likes of Celie Strawn and Deborah Abiodun, so Lucy Shepherd on the bench, Enzi Broussard. There's others she can bring on and will do later on in this half.
Well, it sets up a Cornerstone Capital Bank corner. That corner swung straight in. Madison White greeted with a well-deserved clap from the fan base as she comes up big with the catch.
Most clean sheets, joint clean sheets in the league as well, Maddie White has.
Dallas Trinity FC fans want the inside scoop? Sign up for our newsletter to receive the latest news, merchandise, promotions, and exclusive in the QR code, the pressure that forces Studer to knock it out of play for a corner kick. And this corner kick is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. That work rate from Ali Thornton. Trademark. We talk a lot about her goals, but the energy and the determination every minute that she plays.
Just getting in front of Sam Murphy there at the corner as well to make it difficult for the keeper.
And the corner kick will come in. It's swung in, headed away. It's pulled back for a foul. Was Riley Parker involved on the defensive side of the ball. We've talked a lot about her attack, but good to see Parker back in the danger zone, heading that one clear. Long clearance away. Brooks heads it back into the danger zone. Thornton tried to find Tamara. She didn't make the run. Here's Corbin. She's been pinned back a lot today. A miscue. Tamara picks the pocket. Couldn't get through the challenge of Butler. Corbin tried to switch the play. It was read by Hinson. Ubogagu. Ubogagu gets around Studer. Ubogagu! Yes, she does! Chioma Ubogagu makes it 2! And the Cotton Bowl erupts!
Absolutely brilliant. That's what they wanted, Dallas Trinity. That second goal that gives them a little bit of a cushion. And Ubogagu's been quiet. We spoke about it. We said she's going to come good. Well, hasn't she? Just lovely ball played in here. First touch, but her pace gets her around Studer. Then she cuts inside. She's got a bit of time, but she hits it nice and quickly before the goalkeeper can get settled there. One touch, second, in, past the keeper, back of the net. Job done.
A big-time play from the big-time player. Pauline McDonald told us she would be leaning on the experience of a player like Chioma Ubogagu. And she gives her gaffer just what she was asking for.
This is a perfect situation for Dallas Trinity now. You've got the lead. Now it's all about hard work. Keep that clean sheet. See this through to the end. Yes, Carolina Ascent will put up a fight, but there's nothing really on the match for them, so they're not going to come flying in, you wouldn't think. You just got to work harder than they are going to work, and you've got the 2 goals, and you are so close to making those playoffs. What a big moment for Pauline McDonald and this Dallas Trinity squad.
You know, it just felt like Pauline McDonald knew something like this was up their sleeve. She was quietly confident in our conversations, and it was almost like she understood how ready her side was for this battle on the pitch, and they have lived up to the moment so far.
Especially being at home, that was the biggest thing of all. After 3 games on the road, she said just being back at the Cotton Bowl, there's just so much feeling of happiness amongst the players, of satisfaction, of being comfortable, I guess is the right word, in terms of being on your home ground and knowing there's going to be a big turnout of fans that's going to support them. And these fans have been wonderful here today.
And for Carolina Ascent, as much as this game doesn't mean anything in the standings, they want the momentum. They need a bright remainder of the game to build the confidence, to build the momentum going into the playoffs, because depending on the other result, these two sides could battle again next week in the semi-finals.
Yet it would be on Carolina Ascent's pitch, where they did actually get a victory, didn't they, earlier this season, Dallas Trinity. They won 1-0 there, kept a clean sheet. So they won't be scared to go there as we see that tackle again. Your first job is to get into the playoffs. Then you worry about whether you have to travel and who you have to beat. Won't be easy, but beating Carolina Ascent away, but they will point to that one victory on the road against them earlier in the season. They know they can do it.
A lot of soccer still left to be had, and they want to make sure they don't get complacent here. As the ball comes in, it's cleared away. And Tamara will control. Back into the defensive line, long clearance away. That clearance turns into a ball for Thornton to chase. She keeps it in. Tight roping the touchline, Ali Thornton. Brooks. Here's Dorsey. A cross in, Murphy comes to grab. Big switch across to Addison Merrick. Merrick couldn't find Parker. And they'll try and settle now Carolina Ascent in the midfield with Tricoli. Good little turn by Hutchinson. Was she taken down? Jacqueline Metz says no. And Murphy will redistribute wide to Merrick. Dallas Trinity have looked so organized in their shape when Carolina Ascent has the ball. They're making it difficult, Gary, for Ascent to possess. And Brooks is pulled back. Corbin guilty. And Brooks asking Jacqueline Metz how that's not a yellow card for Corbin when she received a caution earlier in the game.
That's a fair question to ask, as long as you ask the question in a nice manner, because if you're on a yellow card and you throw in a few unpleasant words there, that could be you off. But yeah, to me, a pulled shirt when you're attacking, that's I would have thought was a yellow card.
Make sure you get your yes ma'ams, no ma'ams in there.
Exactly. There's a way to do it.
Southern hospitality in Dallas, huh? Does lead to a dangerous free kick, though. And any free kick with Chioma Ubogagu stood over it is dangerous. It is Ubogagu. Ubogagu puts this in. Brooks over her head. Aguilera volleys it clear, and it'll set up a corner kick presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
That's a good clearance from Aguilera, and as a defender, you're just hoping that in front of you, no one gets a touch on it, and you end up slicing it into your own net, because she was fully committed to having to clear that ball.
Ubogagu will get another opportunity from the dead ball. She's joined by Lancaster. In-swinger coming. She finds Lancaster instead. Back to Ubogagu. Ubogagu caught under some pressure. It was Hutchinson whose pockets picked. Lancaster blocked away. Second delivery comes swinging in. Brooks couldn't connect. Studer does enough with her positioning.
That's good pressure from the home side, not sitting on that 2-0 lead, just trying to push, maybe get a third goal, or at least pin Carolina Ascent back into their own half. And now we get to the point where coaches start to make their substitutions.
And it's Ashlyn Sarepka coming into the game. The 24-year-old was an SEC champion with the University of Alabama. Most recently played in Austria, 16 goals in 12 games played there. She replaced Ellie Hutchinson, the Israeli national team player. Wasn't a great night for Hutchinson, didn't find any opportunities. Ashlyn Sarepka will be tasked with trying to create more chances in front of goal.
Absolutely, that's what Philip Poole wants. Just try something different, get some fresh legs on, try and spark some life in his Carolina Ascent team. Often when fresh players come on a pitch, it does liven up the side. I'm no doubt Pauline McDonald will be thinking about her bench, maybe just getting some fresh legs on in midfield, because now with a 2-0 lead, you simply want to close the game down. You want to try and hold possession, play in the opponent's half, and fresh legs can always help you do that.
And here are those fresh legs. It's back to Parker. Merrick. To Porter. Butler will find the width with Aguilera. Aguilera's early cross. Sarepka takes it down. Still with the possession. Appeals of handball. Nothing there. Parker. Drop to Tricoli. You've talked about the organization of Dallas Trinity. They continue to remain organized.
Absolutely. It's a 4-4-2 more or less. 2 banks of 4 there, and maybe 2 staying up front. Eventually it's all of them behind the ball, and that's what they're going to do. They don't mind if Carolina knock this ball around and play it back. They just want to keep them away from their box, because if it gets to 2-1, it gets very nervy.
Porter tried to thread the channel. It falls for Harding. Harding, under pressure, can only find the boots of Hinson. Hinson clears it as far away from goal as possible.
Just the one player left up, although why she doesn't try and play it up front to Thornton, I'm not sure, but just boots it clear. And just back to that point, if Carolina get 1 at 2-1, it becomes such a tense ending for Dallas Trinity.
Smart play by Julia Dorsey. Was able to earn the goal kick. We've talked about how exciting the other action is. Let's have a look at the live action, or rather the action from the Spokane-Fort Lauderdale game earlier on. So Shania Gordon goal for Fort Lauderdale, and then have a look at this equalizer for Ali Cook.
Wow.
That was a nice turn and finish.
Great turn and finish, and what a fantastic match. And they will have got the score, so they will know that they have to win.
Strike came in from Sarepka. It was blocked. Tamara turning. Inside to Brooks. Hinson. And a beautiful switch. Thornton calmly touches it down. Long clearance over the top. And Murphy just sends it clear. Her clearance, though, wayward. Tamara picks it up. Tamara drives forward. Finds Thornton. Thornton cutting back. Ali Thornton over the crossbar. But Tamara and Ali Thornton, when they're on the ball, the crowd gets to their feet.
It's her day, isn't it? Having scored the opening goal, she's now leading the Golden Boot. So the team could both get to the playoffs and have a Golden Boot winner, and their substitute goalkeeper ends up with the best goals against record in the league. So it's a whole bunch of trophies could come to Dallas Trinity and to Carolina Ascent with a substitute goalkeeper tonight on this particular game.
There's Madison White quick off her line. Julia Dorsey was shielding the ball back to her. That was a tough one for Madison White as she came to clear that one away.
And if she keeps a clean sheet, I think she will win the clean sheet battle with 10 clean sheets. A whole bunch of awards, mostly going to Dallas Trinity here tonight, if this result holds.
Big 25 minutes left. Gear up, Dallas Trinity FC fans. Show your team spirit with exclusive merchandise. Customizable jerseys now available. Scan the QR code now to shop the latest collection and support the team in style. It was over the top for Carolina Ascent. Merrick couldn't get there.
By the way, just a thought on the other match taking place now, Fort Lauderdale Spokane. Assuming this result holds or it's a win for Dallas, it means Spokane have to win the game. Fort Lauderdale, a draw will be enough because they have the head-to-head. So Spokane now all of a sudden they're under pressure, although they are at home, but they now have to win their match that's currently live.
This inaugural season has just been so hard to predict. Spokane Zephyr, a lot of people wrote them off after the full slate. They have had an impressive come around to put themselves in contention. Corbin tried to thread it to Serepka. Serepka's certainly made an impact since coming on as a sub. Ubogagu forward to Thornton. Thornton didn't have the space. Studer suffocates the angle. Sarah Tricoli. Tricoli described as an unsung hero by head coach Philip Poole. Said she still has a lot of growth as a player, but has been really happy to see how she has capitalized on her career, finding a spot in the United States. Ubogagu just opts to clear that one out of play. Addison Merrick with some high pressure. It will be thrown in to Tricoli. Here's Corbin. Porter. And trying to find the overlap of Aguilera. Aguilera able to keep it in. Heavy touch, too heavy of a touch. And Aguilera can only give away the goal kick. Stay up to date with the USL Super League. Sign up for the Super newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at uslsuperleague.com/newsletter. Those fans have been spectacular. And it's so great to see USL Super League and everyone buying in the inaugural season. Fans showing up, dressing out, bringing the atmosphere. And if that's the celebrations now, I can only imagine how they'll look in 22 minutes. If this result holds, Dallas Trinity have a player down, the offside flag raised. That'll allow an opportunity for treatment to be seen.
We hope it's nothing serious. It would be a huge blow to lose a player on the day that you almost look certain to make the playoffs. You're a week away from the playoffs. Maybe a chance also to talk about Ubogagu, because that goal, that second one, just given them a little bit of breathing space, but she leads the league in crosses, as we just see. Oh, that's a big twist on the knee. That is not a good sight.
It's Jenna Walker down on the ground, the 26-year-old, former KC current player. Pauline McDonald getting an opportunity to regroup her side, but not a good sign for Dallas Trinity FC, as you mentioned. We'll be hoping that Jenna Walker is okay to get back to her feet shortly.
Just mentioning Ubogagu leads the league in crosses. She leads the league in chances created. She's second in the league in assists, and she's second in the team in terms of number of goals with 5. That's a pretty impressive CV for a season. And this goal, this second goal, is probably the most valuable goal of all of them that she's scored this year or this season.
Well, you hear the roars. That is because Walker's up on her feet, sadly not under her own power right now. Let's have a look at that goal from Chioma Ubogagu, though, because this is a real example of who she is as a player, Gary.
Yeah, great pace to get around Studer there, but then to cut inside. Got a defender, goes inside of the defender, and then immediately hits the ball before the goalkeeper can really get close enough and before other defenders can come back. Such a well-taken goal and such a crucial goal, just to take the pressure of it. 1-0, you know, you're playing a different type of game. You're worried that Carolina can get a goal back. So, you know, you're playing a scared game, a conservative game. Now at 2-0, you can relax a little bit more. That's not a good sight. We wish her full recovery and hope that she's going to be okay for the playoffs. Jenna Walker. So we're going to have to make a substitution right away then, Dallas Trinity.
And while we talk about substitutions as well, as we see Jenna Walker helped off of the pitch, Carolina Ascent have made a whole host of substitutions as well. You see Corbin out, Basin in, Harding out, Bedoya in, Tricoli out, B. Hilton in. And Dallas will bring in Lucy Shepherd. She'll replace Jenna Walker. Shepherd a forward, so expect to see that back line reshuffle. So Corbin is out of the game. Won't have an opportunity to add to her score tally today. Here's Bedoya, one of those fresh legs for Philip Pool's side. Bedoya back to Dorsey, trying to get round her. Bedoya looking to find an angle. And Julia Dorsey, yet again, pinpoint defending.
So just looking at the Golden Boot race, Ellie Thornton now with Mia Corbin going off is almost certain to win it. It would take a hat-trick from Cecile Flo or Addie McCain in the Tampa Bay. Sorry, Ekich rather. So in that match, Spokane, it would take either of those two players to score a hat-trick just to match what Ellie Thornton's done. Possible, but highly unlikely, which means we're probably looking at our Golden Boot winner being Ellie Thornton.
I will say, stranger things have happened in the Super League this season. The ball goes out for a corner kick, and it's presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. With how quickly that game got started, 2 goals in an 11-minute period, you never know. But Ali Thornton right now in prime position for that Golden Boot and for Dallas Trinity to get the playoff berth. Ubogagu will swing in the corner. Ubogagu. Brooks was the target again. It's headed away ahead of her by Studer. And seen out of play. Carolina Ascent thought they had a throw-in. They did not. It will be a Trinity throw instead. Sierra Hinson, who has been very flexible in the position she's played for Trinity. Saw her as a centre-back last game. It's also, just like we've got the backs of Dallas Trinity FC, Trust and Will also has yours, helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Just over a quarter of an hour here at the Cotton Bowl. Jessica Charman, Gary Bailey. It's attack from Bedoya right now as Carolina Ascent looking to find a way to cut the deficit. Carolina Ascent, the inaugural Players' Shield winners, had not lost before March 15th. That's 7 games undefeated, but right now looking to pick up a loss in the season finale. They will still host a playoff once those commence. Here's Merrick. Crosses it in towards the edge of the 6, headed away by Shepherd. B. Hilton, the English U19 national team player. Basin was the target, couldn't get there. And Ubogagu will try and unleash Tamara. Tamara will get there. Here's the Brazilian Tamara. Great touch from Tamara. Squares it selflessly. Shepherd tried to cut it back. Murphy grabs.
Wow, Tamara did so well there. If you just, that pass is a little bit less juice on it, then Shepherd can just come onto it and finish it off. Just rolled past her and she had to follow it out wide and the chance was lost. But again, Tamara has been excellent setting up the first goal, wonderful assist, and just generally being a huge threat and causing Carolina Ascent all sorts of problems.
Good connectivity from Dallas Trinity. Lucy Shepherd using her body and draws the foul. Shepherd, who came on as a substitute for the injured Walker, 26-year-old English girl. Played most recently for Blackburn Rovers. Also spent time with Aston Villa and the London City Lionesses. Hannah Davison in no rush to send this ball forwards. She does now launch it. Taken down. Shepherd on the volley. Doesn't miss by all too much. We're going to have a look at that strike from Shepherd now. The touch from Ubogagu.
Yeah, she jumps on it very, very quickly. I'm not so sure Ubogagu was trying to set it up the way it worked, but Shepherd saw the chance. That's twice in the last few minutes she's been on the end of little opportunities, so really sharp around the box is Lucy Shepherd.
The soccer IQ from Dallas Trinity right now as they try and drain the clock at every opportunity. Sarepka knocks it off of Shepherd, earns an Ascent throw.
Over 12 minutes plus added time of hard work for Dallas Trinity to keep the clean sheet and get themselves over the line without having to sweat too much. And they're all doing it. They all know they're so close. And it's been a decent performance by Carolina Ascent. I think you've got to see it over the last 4 games. You know, they won the Shield 3 games back, was it? And they haven't really had the need to have good performances, and yet they took on a Brooklyn side that had to win to make the playoffs, and they stopped them from winning. So in Tampa Bay, Sun were looking to do something in terms of the playoffs. So they've had tough matches, and they've turned up on each one of them. And even this one here tonight, they've been solid, they've done their work, they've looked reasonably sharp, and I think they can obviously take it up a couple of notches when they reach the playoffs.
Tamara is having fun at the Cotton Bowl right now. She earns herself a corner kick. And this corner is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Tamara just makes you smile watching her play. So ambitious and exciting on the ball.
She is. She's powerful. She's a good runner. She's got pace and power together, so she can run next to you and push you off the ball if required. And she's been a real threat. Last 3-4 games, creating chances, assists, nearly scoring. I think she could be a fantastic player in this league. Tamara.
Corner will get swung in. Coming to claim was Murphy, didn't get there. The header deflected from Davison, out for another corner kick. The corner is presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank.
Sam Murphy not happy at all and throwing the ball around, and yeah, gets us off a yellow card for mouthing off. I think what she was saying is she came for the ball, didn't get it, and how can it be a corner? I'm guessing that's what, maybe she says she got pushed on the way, but she threw the ball away and had a few words to say, and Jacqueline Metz says, well, for that you can go in the book.
See another corner whipped in here. Ubogagu will take it. Chioma Ubogagu. So cross towards the box, headed away by Studer, kept alive by Bryan. Dorsey. A high looping cross. Davison can't handle it. Stay informed about all things Super League. Visit USLSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into the league. Just so hard to believe, Gary, that this is the season finale. It's been an amazing year so far.
It absolutely has, and there's still more to come in those playoffs and the other match, which I'm suggesting to folk once this game is over, they maybe hop onto the Fort Lauderdale United at Spokane Zephyr match, because that's going to be a really exciting end to the game. Just confirmation of that Murphy yellow card that we mentioned.
Hey, we can say this. Goalkeepers are meant to be a bit fiery, Gary, aren't they?
Yeah, there's different descriptions. I've heard mad used often, crazy, yeah, fiery as well. Why not?
Passionate.
Passionate.
Committed.
Yeah.
Dedicated. Making you blush, Gary.
Well, we're both goalkeepers, so I think you're picking the words that we would like to use, not the words that others think of us.
What I will say is most difficult position in the beautiful game as the foul called against Baisden.
And the most unappreciated a lot of the time. You never get the glory, but when things go wrong, you're certainly the first to hear about it. Just looking now, less than 10 minutes, they're almost there, Dallas Trinity. They've just got to keep working, keep closing down Carolina Ascent. Don't let them get that one goal that throws everything into a tiz. And that's what they've been doing. I think Pauline McDonald's going to be very, very proud of her team. She said she was proud of even if they lost at Fort Lauderdale United last match, she was still proud of them, because I thought they put up a really good battle and came close to getting something out of that game.
Brooks with a vital step away. Don't forget, Amber Brooks picked up a very early yellow card. She does really well to time that tackle to perfection. It's Baisden. Cross into the box. Calm and composed as ever by Madison White. Madison White able to neutralize any threat into the box. She's been good today, as on the half volley, she slams this ball far. Shepherd penalized for the contact, backing in as she looked to win that punt. The fans have chanted non-stop. Fan appreciation night at the Cotton Bowl FC with a vital 3 points and a playoff berth in the inaugural season as things stand. Flicked on. Tamara, caught in a physical duel, is able to get the deflection towards Hinson. Bogagu, her second goal, the cushion in this game. Bogagu can't believe she hasn't been awarded the throw. Aguilera with a big direct switch forwards. Hinson volleys it away. Shepherd chasing. Reset through Murphy. Pauline McDonald will be delighted with the game management from her side, as you mentioned, Gary. They've been smart in this game.
They haven't put a foot wrong the entire game. They got the go-ahead goal. They held on to it. They made sure they kept the clean sheet. They got the second one in the second half just to give themselves a bit of a cushion. They're now defending really well. And they're doing this against the champions, the team that are the Shield holders and the team that have been in fantastic form. So all around brilliant. And I'm sure once they qualify, and only when they qualify, which is 5 minutes plus at a time, then they'll start thinking of who they're going to play in the playoffs. But right now, they must just finish off the job here.
And they'll get some brilliant momentum going into the playoffs as well. There'll be an element of fearlessness that no matter who they face in the playoffs, on the road, they stand a chance. Philip Paul actually said he thought that this Dallas Trinity side had the most deep squad in the league, as Murphy, quick off her line. Can't imagine you doing that in your Manchester United days, Gary.
I'm just looking at that and thinking, you've only got to misplace a pass and you're a million miles out of your goals, but she gets away with it and does it well. The day she doesn't get away with it, then the coach might have something to say.
Dallas readying a sub. It's Natalie Wagner coming into the game. Wagner, the Academy product, committed to play at Arkansas. She replaces Chioma Ubogagu, who gets a well-deserved standing ovation. Those coaches delighted with their leader. And now Natalie Wagner, the youngster, replacing the veteran. Murphy. Aguilera has been kept quiet today, pinned back, trying to handle the threats of this Dallas attack. It's a great move forwards. Baisden. On a spin is Sarepka. And then, wow. How about that for a defensive break forwards? It's Wagner, the youngster. Confident play from the 17-year-old. I just sense it now, the crowd.
Yeah, I was just thinking, imagine what celebrations they're going to have when that final whistle goes. The relief, given that their last 3 matches have been on the road and they've struggled to get anything from those matches. Have Dallas losing at Fort Lauderdale, just 1-0 when they had a bunch of chances, losing at DC Power 3-2 when they were 2-0 up, losing at Tampa Bay Sun 1-0. That's 3 losses in a row, and unlucky in the sense they could have come back with something from each of those matches. So to eventually get there, such relief once this final whistle blows.
Can't wait to see the shots of this fan base when the final whistle blows. It's a big moment for Carolina Ascent. Vicky Bruce returning to action, recovering from her injury, the scorer of the first ever goal in the USL Super League, her first appearance since March 15th. A great moment as she replaces Riley Parker. Carolina Ascent fans will be very happy to see their leader, Vicky Bruce, get some welders in her.
You know, having players get 60 minutes plus, a lot of them, some of them even 90 minutes. The result itself is neither here nor there really for Philip Poole. If anything, he can use this to say, hey guys, this is what happens when you drop down a level. And so he'll use it to motivate them for the playoff match.
It's deflected away. Tamara, head down. Tamara getting ready to drive round Merrick. Tamara goes for goal. Flashes wide of the mark.
I don't think she had the gas left to go any further. She looked like it was worth a sprint. And then I think she just said, okay, I've got nothing left. I'm just going to take a shot and leave it at that. We're 2-0 up. There's, you know, seconds left in normal time.
And to be fair, 89 minutes, she has ran and ran and ran.
Absolutely.
Studer in a more aggressive position. Her cross deflected away. Cleared. And there's Tamara again, sprinting down. But Studer gets it. Studer, a little duke around the defense of Merrick. Merrick positions herself tidily. Well done by Hinson. Good work by Hinson to just slot herself in front of Studer. As we see 4 additional minutes. 4 minutes for Dallas Trinity.
So close, they can almost taste it. They are there, virtually. You can't see them letting it slip from this position. They've been so good throughout this match, so well organized. And winning more of the 50-50s. The desire is there, the reason is there, and they've lived up to what Pauline McDonald thought they'd be able to do in front of this wonderful crowd of theirs. Just can't wait to see that final whistle go and to see the celebration amongst the Dallas Trinity players and coaching staff and fans.
All sent forward, headed away by Brooks. Solid performance by Brooks. Baisden to Butler. Cross comes in, diving header, wide of the post. It was Studer trying to find some way to cut the lead in half.
The fans are getting into party mode as well now.
DTFC. Those fans will scream those letters all night long. As the clearance far back to the goalkeeper, Murphy. Murphy, driven, searching ball. Yet again, the aerial duel one. Davison has been brilliant returning into the lineup.
Yeah, it's a very good point. She has been a massive, massive extra to get her back in that defense. And certainly they can look to the playoffs now, Pauline McDonald, with a sense of why not go on and win it from here? It's 2 matches, probably both of them away from home. But the way they play and the ability and the fact they have won at Carolina Ascent this season already, anything possible now for Pauline McDonald's team.
The momentum certainly there, but they will have to defend. One more corner kick, the corner presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Jenna Butler, driven corner, headed away, and it's in! Carolina Ascent have a goal! It's Jada Bedoya. A lifeline for Carolina Ascent. And things just got a little bit more shaky for Trinity.
It's a well-taken half volley there from the corner that comes in from Butler. It's flicked on near post, and on the half volley, whips it in the back of the net. Jada Bedoya, good finish. 1 minute, and now Dallas Trinity fans and everyone will be so tense because they were trying to avoid the situation being only 1 goal up against Carolina into the final minutes. They've got to hang on, and now it's a case of just boot the ball as far away from your goal as you possibly can if you're Dallas Trinity.
Wow. All eyes on Jacqueline Metz. It couldn't happen, could it? As the clearance from Brooks, Sarepka penalized for a handball. Take a breath.
Now, there'll be no rush to take that. I think it's an offside just outside the box, or maybe it's handball, I didn't quite see which, but there's no rush to take it here by Maddie White. She's going to knock it long into the other side of the pitch and hope that the referee blows for time.
Baisden. Lucy Shepherd controls. Shepherd, smartly done. So smart by Shepherd to draw the contact. A yellow card is awarded to Taylor Porter for the foul.
That's just killed the game and bleed some time off the clock there. I think Philip Poole got a yellow card in the middle of all of that.
Philip Poole. Dallas Trinity are going to the playoffs. The impossible dream is done. They've booked their tickets and they will get another day to play. Ali Thornton with the first, Chioma Ubogagu with the second, and Dallas Trinity are heading to the inaugural playoffs. They have done it, Gary. They knocked off Carolina Ascent, and the vibes are anything but incredible today at the Cotton Bowl.
And they deserve it. They played so well today, getting the first, getting the second, defending brilliantly, only conceding in the 94th minute of the game. And they've been on the road, they've battled to get results, 3 losses back to back, the tension was building, but this win is so enjoyable for them all. They know they're in the playoffs, but there's still work to do in those playoffs, but at least they are there.
The fireworks are exploding. The celebrations are incredible, and we are joined by Chioma Ubogagu, who maybe can hear us over the celebrations. Chioma, congratulations. What are you feeling right now?
Thank you so much. Now, I'm just super proud of the team. I mean, these past 3 weeks, it's been tough, and we got results we didn't want, and I think it just showed our heart and our discipline and how we handle adversity to get the win today, so I'm so proud of us.
And Chioma, at half-time, what did the coach say? What was the feeling like in the locker room when you were 1-0 up?
Sorry, say that one more time?
How did it feel in the locker room at half-time? By the way, we're just watching your goal. Brilliantly taken goal. But what was the feeling like 1-0 up at half-time? What did the coach say in the locker room?
Yeah, we just kind of said, like, we've been here, we knew we'd been there before, and we didn't get the result we wanted, so we wanted to continue playing the game how we started in the first half, and we knew getting another goal was super important, and we didn't want to stop. Oh, that is so cold! They might have broken your headphones. You might have to build them for that. But yeah, we just knew we wanted to play the next 45 how we played the first 45.
Well, Chioma, go enjoy the celebrations. Congratulations.
Thank you
You
so
have
much.
been spectacular. Wow.
Brilliant.
We said the vibes would be amazing. The vibes have been spectacular. Dallas Trinity are going to the playoffs. A 2-1 victory over Carolina Ascent. Post-game is up next. The final match day of the regular season in USL Super League did not disappoint. Dallas Trinity 2-1 victors over the Carolina Ascent, booking their ticket to the playoffs with the victory. Jessica Charman, Gary Bailey here with you. Let's take a look at our highlights of the 90 minutes. Dallas Trinity, Carolina Ascent. It was a game that lived up to expectations, and a player in Ali Thornton that has just been so good this year.
So good, and so good was this assist from Tamara. Picks out Ali Thornton, who arrives climbs above everybody else and unmarked heads it into the corner. But a fabulous assist there from the wonderful Tamara.
And what a finish it is for Ali Thornton that has boosted herself into a prime spot for Golden Boot. We said they needed a cushion. Chioma Ubogagu would come up with the goods.
Just her pace gets her around Studer, and then she cuts inside and immediately hits it, goes inside, ticks it past the goalkeeper, makes it get the back of the net against Sam Murphy. And you thought that was it, done and dusted, but
a shaky finish, courtesy of a set-piece goal. What a strike that is, by the way, by Bedoya. Made things uncomfortable.
On the half volley in the top corner, but there wasn't much time left. And so Carolina Ascent couldn't get that second goal, much to Dallas Trinity's relief.
Well, the stats tell a story of dominance for Dallas Trinity. 26 shots to 5. Dallas Trinity came cooking.
Yeah, 12-1 on target. As I said, they deserved it for me. They were the better side. They were well organized. They could have got a third and a fourth. But Carolina Ascent are a good side. And even on a day when they didn't need to perform, they still fought their way back to 2-1 at the end.
Well, the playoff picture just got a little bit clearer. Dallas Trinity with the X next to their names. X marks the spot. They are in the playoffs. Fort Lauderdale United, Spokane Zephyr battle it out right now for that final spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's 1-1 at halftime between those two, and Spokane have to win it, which is why the log table's showing you that if it remains a draw, Fort Lauderdale will be in 4th position. However, if either team wins, they go above Dallas Trinity, and Dallas will meet Carolina Ascent next week.
Well, the script writers couldn't have written it better themselves. It was a day to remember at the Cotton Bowl. It had to be a win for Dallas Trinity. They came up with the goods. 2-1 victory, booking their tickets to the playoffs. For Jessica Charman, Gary Bailey, our entire crew, thank you for joining us. Trinity 2, Ascent 1, thank you for supporting the USL Super League.